Okay, I'm trying something new today. It's called dump the pierogies in the pot and turn it on. So I've just put a pack of frozen pierogies in the pot. I've added like 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm gonna turn this baby on and we will see what happens. It's dinner in a hurry. If I had thought ahead, I would have probably sauteed the bacon and some onions in the pot first, but I have a mini pot so I can still do that there. So this is called dump the pierogies in the pot and see what happens. If this turns out, I will post this video. If it doesn't turn out, you will never see it. I have no idea how long it's going to take, so I have set it for manual. 5 minutes, and then I'm going to quick release, and we'll either see how they look or maybe we'll brown them. Maybe I might put them in the oven with some cheese and some bacon. I don't know yet. Let's see what happens. Okay, so experiment number 2 tonight is going to be dump the frozen sausages in the pot. I have some beautiful chorizo locally made Gunther sausages. I've got about 3/4 of a cup of water in the bottom of my mini Instant Pot, and then I've got the rack. I'm just going to dump these babies on top. Again, I'm going to cook them 5 or 6 minutes, and we'll open up the lid and see what happens. I might have to brown everything in the oven when I'm done, but I can kind of walk away and not have to deal with the frying pan or watching the stove. So not my usual style of cooking, but let's see what happens. I hope I come up with something useful for everybody. Okay, so there we go, frozen sausages in the pot. I have not tried this before, but I have been told from my good friend Christina that it does work. So a little bit of water in the bottom, some frozen sausages. I'm going to pop the lid on, turn the vent away. I'm going to go to pressure cook. I'm going to go with 6 minutes, and then pierogies and the sausages should all be ready at the same time. Didn't plan ahead, so I didn't do bacon or onions. This is just one of those nights where I just do not feel like putting any effort in. So this is called a dump and go meal. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. My pierogies have beeped. I have no idea if this is going to turn out, but so my pressure valve is facing away. I want to do a natural release, so I'm going to use a spoon to be safe, and I'm just going to pull the pressure relief valve towards me, and I'm going to let it vent. That venting process is going to take about 2 to 3 minutes, so when that's done, I will come back and we'll see how these babies turned out. So my pot is done venting. I know that because my little red button has dropped down, so that means the pressure has released. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and let's see what we got here. So that's my pierogies. They look like they're probably done. I'll stick to the tin foil. And I'm going to turn my oven on to broil on high. And then I'm going to want to watch these guys because they could burn pretty fast. So I'm going to pull these out of here. Give them a little shake with a slotted spoon to get the water out. And I'm going to put them in a pan, and then I'm going to go over and pull the sausages out too, and I'm going to see if I can cook them all together. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so I was feeling a little bit guilty about making such a plain dinner, so I have one kid that doesn't eat pork, so I've got 4 plain pierogies that I'm going to brown in the oven. And then the other kid and I that like ours dressed up a little bit, so I just had some prepackaged bacon bits from Costco. I grated a little bit of cheese on there. I'm going to put the sausages down on the other side, and then we're going to pop them in the oven under broil for maybe just 2 or 3 minutes, just enough to brown everything and melt the cheese. Okay, so here we are. Our sausages are cooked. Now we can just eat them right out of the pan like this, but my kids like them browned a little bit, and girls like to eat carbohydrates, and my son likes to eat meat. So I'm doing sausages on one side of the pan, and we've got pierogies on the other. In retrospect, I probably could have just put the pierogies in a pan inside the pot, added the cheese and bacon, and cooked it for another minute or two, and I didn't really need to brown it in the oven, but to be honest, everything tastes better when it's browned. So all I'm going to do is pop these babies under the grill now. I'm going to set the broil for high. So I've got pierogies on one side of the pan, sausages on the other. Now I know this looks like an extra step, and it's that people are going to be like, oh, well, this is taking just as long as cooking regular dinner, but you have to remember, when the pierogies and the sausages were cooking, I didn't have to do anything. I turned the lid on and I walked away, so that frees up a whole bunch of my time. And then I'm going to pop them back in the oven for a couple minutes, and hopefully we'll be good to go with dinner on the table here pretty quick. Okay, and I just want to show you one more thing I did, because parents of young children, you will understand this. I built a little wall with the aluminum foil because heaven forbid the sausage juice touches the pierogies. You know, that can never happen. So I've got a little aluminum foil wall, and I'm going to pop these in the oven and we'll see how they turn out. I've got them in the broiler under high. I'm actually going to set my timer for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to recheck them in 2 minutes. Actually, I'm going to go 3 because I have a bad habit of walking away from stuff under the broiler and it burning. So I've set my timer. I'm going to come back here and recheck them in about 3 minutes. Hopefully dinner will be done, and find out how this little experiment went. Okay, so here we are. They end up being under the broiler for about 6 minutes. I had them on the lower rack. I moved them up to the top rack. But our sausages have a nice brown coating on them. Cheese is melted, bacon is crispied up, and actually these pierogies are brown on the other side. I just flip them over halfway through, so they've got a nice brown coating on them. And so that was 6 minutes in the Instant Pot, 6 minutes in the oven. Yeah, I know I could have cooked them faster just on the stovetop, but I got to walk away. Actually, while they were in the Instant Pot doing their own thing, I got a mortgage application submitted, got some work done, and I didn't have to stand there and babysit the stove, and I didn't have oil splattering everywhere.